I didn't care what place you came from. I wanted it to be where it was a safe space for all of us, because what I usually see is events where it's just like only a certain selective group of people. And that's okay. I go to so many conferences like that, but I wanted the growth conference to be first of all.
Welcome back to Eat and Talk, everyone. I'm so excited today because I have my friend here. And well, first of all, let me introduce myself.
Instagram star.
Yes, so it's very famous, y'all. You don't understand. My name is Yusra.
And I'm Gilbert, and we're back with another episode of Eat and Talk.
You want to introduce yourself?
You want to say hi?
No, it's okay. Well,
I guess my godson wanted to be on the show.
Gilbert has his godson today. He wants to be on the show, but he's in front of a superstar, so he's very nervous right now. And our special guest is Aceyaa, the CEO of Premier Starter, y'all.
Premier Starter.
You know what? So I'm gonna let her introduce herself first and foremost. Go ahead.
So hey everyone, my name is Aceyaa, founder and CEO of Premier Starter. Premier Starter is a financial growth company, and I am a financial literacy and business coach, and here we are.
Yes, so we got her Instagram pulled up here. We will link both of her pages down here at the link, as we usually do.
You got a lot of followers, girl. I see you.
No.
You're doing your thing.
It's something like, I grew.
After the episode goes up, I'm sure you're going to get more followers.
I'm telling you, it's been growing. I just look at it sometimes, I'm like, dang.
Yeah, and I was telling her she got to get on TikTok. She told me she just started.
Made a TikTok.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to link that too, because I think she's going to be big.
I just did it for at Premier Starter, because I want it to be a company's TikTok.
Yeah.
Because my little sisters are good at TikTok too. They need to get on it too.
I know. Her whole family is superstars. Let me tell you guys need to find them, from mom to dad to the youngest to the oldest.
No,
they don't got social media, but they're just an amazing, my favorite family, honestly, just so positive. So we're just gonna get into it. First of all, Aceyaa, tell us about your background. Tell us who you are.
A little bit.
If you want, tell them everything, actually.
Girl, everything.
Let them get to know you.
Yeah.
Get to know me. Just
don't be shy.
Don't be humble either.
Yeah, don't
I'm humble.
Brag.
Don't be humble.
Gotta be humble, okay?
Don't be humble.
Well, my name is Aceyaa. I'm 25. I was born and raised in Rochester, Minnesota, at the Mayo Clinic.
Shout out to Mayo Clinic.
Shout out to Mayo. And, growing up, it's just something about me wanting to change a life. Like, that was just something I've always wanted to do. I wanted to impact and just like drive people in a different direction, So, growing up, I've actually suffered from a lot, from middle school into high school, with a lot of mental health and, depression, anxiety, and started to go to therapy and started actually talking out about that. That was really big for me. And then, I've realized, in college, I was like, you know what? I don't know what I want to do. Entrepreneurship was something that I've always wanted to do. I don't know what it was, but that I knew I needed to do something. So I got into the mental health field, because as soon as I started to get help, I seen the stigma behind it in our community. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do something.
Yes.
Right? So I started working in the mental health field, started when I was 16. I've always worked. I've always had a job, always had multiple jobs. And then I just didn't really know. I was like, you know what? I don't think this is 100% for me. Started a company at the time with my cousin. But then I told her, I said, I don't want to stay in one place. I want to service more people. And I just didn't know. So around in high school and college is when I found out that there was a lot of things on my credit report that were inaccurate. And then I was a victim of identity theft at the time. So there was a ton of things that I'm like, this is, I don't know what a credit score is. I don't know what this was. So then I started actually looking into it. I was like, you know what? Let me look into this, because people have been ripping me off. Credit repair companies. Yeah. Don't play with me. But then I actually went and I actually signed up for a couple of programs, and then they didn't help me. And I was like, you know what? I need to know what it is. I don't know what it is. I can't go into a program and then for them not to tell me what it is. I want someone who works alongside me while I'm doing these things. So I said, how about I start my own, right? But I didn't want just a credit repair company. So from my first company, and a lot of people don't know this, was Fundamental Quality Credit Repair. Oh. And this was back in 2018, I think, or I don't remember exactly when, but I think it was 2018. I registered with the state. I did all of those things, and I didn't want it to be just credit repair. I was like, it has to be more. I want there to be like financial wholeness. I want to focus on mental health and financial literacy together. I don't want to just like, get people into the room of like just believing that just because your credit is going to get fixed in like 45 days, which is a lie, right? So I was like, you know what, let me just start. So I partnered up and started working with my other partner. And then the end of 2020, I ended up actually leaving and then starting my own thing in 2021. So Premier Starter launched January 1st of 2021. And the vision I had for it was a financial growth company that's going to be focused on basically building your financial wholeness as a whole, but focusing on your personal and business credit, like everything credit. Because I believe that a part of your mental health affects your financial situation. Your financial situation affects your mental health.
That's true.
Right? So I wanted it to be where you could focus on building your financial wholeness, but understanding everything, right? But then like also having that support. So I'm a coach at heart, and I was like, you know what? I'm a financial literacy and business coach. I've always been a coach. I've always loved to help people. I'm like, how about I start programs where I'm working like one-on-ones and like group settings with individuals all around the world. And now I have clients from all around the world. Seriously, like it's crazy. My first ever client in Australia, which is
wow,
wild.
That is.
And I've helped over 500 plus people since I started Premier Starter.
Shout out to that.
Yes,
500 people.
A little over 500 now. Yeah,
wow.
And it's just been. It's been a lot. Like it's been great. I don't run ads. I have never ran ads. I don't do anything. It's all from word of mouth and just
it's because you're great. That's why. And one look at you, one conversation with you, I wouldn't. Yeah. You don't need an ad to convince me. I'm here.
Yeah. So I believe that anybody can change their situation. I feel like when people come and talk to me, the first thing that they want to do is like how fast it's going to be and like what it takes, like how much money they have to pay. And I always tell them, like, how much is it going to cost you to continuously keep doing what you do? And how long is it going to take if you continuously keep doing what you're doing?
Yeah. So,
like, a kind of a mindset shift when they join my programs, because I don't want it just to be about money. I don't want you just to have good credit score. I want you to learn how to maintain it, for it to be sustainable, and then for you to change up the environment, and for you to put yourself in a better position. So how would you do that if you just didn't have those core? I'm all foundations. I call myself the foundations queen because
I love it. I love it.
I love it. I do. I love setting foundations. So from life foundation to like your credit foundation to your business foundation, everything foundations.
I guess everything starts with foundation.
Yeah. So, and I said, it's me. You got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
And it's with Premier Starter because you're a starter.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then all my clients, my students, my mentees, they're all called starters because I believe that you all start somewhere, So like with the changes in life, like all of that, like you start somewhere. So I'm like, when you join my programs, you're starting. So like, it doesn't matter if you have started already, you're starting now, and we move forward. But that's a little bit.
That's a lot. I don't even know where to start asking the questions.
I got a lot of questions.
That was a little bit from
the start to the beginning, starting from the bottom.
I had to add the little bit of why mental health is important.
Yes,
it is essential. But yeah, so.
So do you start, like when you meet these clients, do you start with like that mental health first? Do you check in with them before you start the process of building?
So there's 3 programs, and I can talk about the programs. So like there's like the starter credit coaching program. It's not credit repair. I think a lot of people get it confused when I tell them, like, they contact me like, oh, are you a credit repair specialist? It is essentially a new age credit repair, but like I work with you one-on-one. So like we sit down, we talk about things and make you understand, go through. And the crazy part is a lot of people think that they have this information where you could Google it or like you could go on YouTube and watch videos, but there's so much information out there that people will come and have like 10,000 things that they know of credit, but which 90% of those are inaccurate. So like when they come and sit down with me, it's not about how fast you can build your credit. My goal is for you to maintain it, because even if you fixed it and you grow your credit, 3 months later you're gonna mess it up if you don't know it.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So that's like the biggest thing for me. So that's that program. And then I have the starter. It's like a mentorship program, but it's all group coaching. And then it's a boot camp. So it's a 6-week boot camp. And then they come and they learn everything about setting a business foundation. And I have my special 7 steps to business foundation that we go through. So every single week they have special guests that come on.
Wow.
There's like a Facebook group that they actually join and they're together. They actually form their LLCs if they don't have it. If they do, if they have to amend it, like on, getting the right address, making sure that they have the right information on there, getting their business credit files up and ready, getting their DUNS number, all of that from their EINs. They meet with an actual business tax specialist and talk about business taxes. So like that 6 weeks boot camps really sets a core foundation in your business, especially like if you're getting into business credit, because nobody joins my business credit program without doing business foundation first, because without a foundation you don't have business credit.
You don't have
so,
absolutely.
So just setting people up for success.
This is I love the program.
I know,
So
right?
how do you do it? Do you do it all by yourself, or do you have a team?
No,
you hiring?
I am not currently, but I will be though. In 2022, I will be hiring.
For you guys looking for a job next year, please let me know.
It's growing really fast, and I didn't expect for this fast of a growth. I'm not even gonna lie. When I started Premier Starter, I kind of had a different vision on what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do things. And the crazy part is, it was like what was in my head. And this is why I tell people, like, literally anything you want to do, that idea that you have, the stuff that you want to go for, it's in you. Yeah. It literally just takes a couple of pulls and punches and a little bit of screws, but it's really in you, because the ideas that I had was, there's so many people doing it, but nobody's me. I don't care who's doing it. I don't look at anybody else. Like, I need to do it for what I personally wanted, and I wish I had at the time, and I never had it.
Yeah. That's a good advice that we like. Well, I'd stand by that idea too, because I think a lot of us don't get into business because we're like, oh, well, my friend is doing it, or blah, blah, blah. But in business, everyone has something different. They have a niche.
Yes,
that
they do.
Everyone, like, I just feel like you should try. If you have the idea, just go for it.
Yep. And it's crazy, because it's something that you would just think that when I told my parents about my business, they're like, that's a business? And I'm like, I know. It's crazy. I know. And then in the actual credit program, we do disputes and we do contact the bureaus and all of that stuff on their behalf. But then there's also DIY programs. So like, I hold people throughout there. You see those DIY programs that are like, do it yourself. Here's a booklet, right?
Yeah.
Nope. DIY is not like that. You do it yourself with Aceyaa holding your
I
hand
love
like that.
it. Oh,
you guys get her in.
Where were you in high school and college when I needed you? Like, oh my goodness.
So it's been such an amazing journey. But next year I am really excited about hiring.
That's good.
There's a lot of big things happening next year.
I feel like you're helping the banks out too, because now these educated people are going to be coming in.
Yes,
absolutely.
Business.
So let's rewind a little bit. Yes. So do you feel like the pandemic was a wake-up call for a lot of people when
including
it came
yourself.
to business, credit, all those things? Like, tell us about Aceyaa and the pandemic.
To be honest, that's where I strive the most, and I'll say alhamdulillah to that, because at the time I was working my full-time job. I had a part-time job. I ended up leaving, but then I started focusing more on me building something, because I noticed, like, we're in a global pandemic, but then this is where the people who really are going to strive, like small business owners and stuff, and entrepreneurs, this is when it's going to happen. So I asked myself, I said, why am I keep sleeping on myself? Because at some point in time, you guys, I wasn't able to talk to people. I'm a very extroverted introvert. Like, I hated being around people. Like, and I was so fearful of, like, the ideas that what I'm doing right now, what people would think about it. And it was like, but why do I care? So I started doing more lives. I started getting on calls with people. I just started little by little on, like, my social media presence. If you go back to 2019, I was like at 1,100 followers. Like, it was like literally nothing.
Now she's in
like
5,000
something. And it was like, that was the peak of, like, the pandemic when it first started. And, like, now I have so many people all around who are, like, engaging and wanting to know and growing and, like, a part of like, you know, really saying they're a part of the starter family. It's like hundreds and hundreds of them. And I'm just like, this is actually crazy. But what if I actually just stayed back and didn't do anything? Because I know if I needed it, somebody else needs it, you know? So
absolutely.
So yeah, it was amazing. I think the pandemic really told me like, girl, if you don't get your
exactly
and do your thing.
And that's the thing. That's the same thing too in my job that I started noticing during the pandemic. It's like everyone now has a business, which I'm happy. I feel like everyone should have a business, and everyone should be excited to start a business. But now they have you. That you have a foundation to get them started and all of that.
And the problem is, a lot of people do have a business, but a lot of people don't understand that it's not just having an LLC and like saying that you have a business, that you have an operating business. You know, like learning about business credit and using other people's money to fund your business, learning how to work on your personal credit so you don't have to like do certain things on your business credit profile, learning things about, you know, building your business credit with your EIN so you don't have to always be a personal guarantor for all of these things, because your business, it might just, you never know what could happen. For instance, I had, and this is a true story, I had a client that had a business. This was like 10 years ago, and he PG'd everything, personal guarantored everything, which a lot of places will ask you, but there's places where you could exempt yourself. You don't have to always be a personal guarantor.
For those of people who don't know what personal guarantee, explain real quick.
You could explain it really fast. Oh, I can explain it.
You explain it.
Perfect. So yes, so personal guarantor is so you have your business credit profile, right? You're building with your EIN, and so your EIN is its own identity. Okay, so that comes from the IRS. Now, personal guaranteeing is that you're personal guaranteeing as a person. So, like, let's just say Aceea's social security number is going to be guaranteeing that loan. Okay, so like, let's just say I go to the bank and I have, you could say I took out $15,000 for my business. Sometimes they might ask if you don't have good credit or if your business credit is not built good enough, they're going to ask you to become a personal guarantor. But you could prevent that by building your business credit, and we'll talk about that. But personal guaranteeing basically means that you guarantee that money will get paid back even if anything happens where you lose the business or anything. Okay? Is that?
Yes. Okay. I love it. Now you can continue.
So one of my clients actually personal guaranteed a little over $200,000. And his business went bankrupt, and it wasn't on his watch. His business went bankrupt, and then all of that money reported on his credit report. Now, number one, he didn't even know. He didn't even know that he was guaranteeing this stuff, and he wishes he had someone to teach him about building his business credit, so he could take out loans under his business's name. And not just himself, because you never know what could happen in your business, right? We, God forbid, nothing happens, but we don't know. But that's why business owners are favored in America. We're favored, right? So but then having that information, because that information really changes your situation, because now he was held back on his personal credit. He couldn't do what he needed to do. But as of a couple of days ago, everything, all because of statute of limitation in Minnesota, that debt is not reported on his credit report anymore.
Shout out to you.
$129,000 is gone.
Wow.
So, but that just goes to show that he didn't even know that there was a statute of limitation in Minnesota for your credit report, and there's a certain time that things could be on your report. But there's laws that protect you, like the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and people just needing to know this information. So it's all about knowledge. It's all about understanding. It's all about knowing, because once you know something, you won't unlearn it,
Period. So. I know that's right. Well, that sounds like a lot of,
right?
Yes.
I hope I gave you guys a little bit of.
No, you did.
No,
and,
you did.
Once again, it just sounds like it's a lot of growth to be made. Yeah, and I love it. Speaking of growth, let's talk about your growth conference. You guys. Gilbert and I got to be a part of Aceea's amazing first ever growth conference this year. We had the best time. That was the most amazing turnout. One of my favorite events, probably my favorite event of this year, to be honest with you. Tell us a little bit about what the Growth Conference was. Tell us about what your plans are for the Growth Conference.
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yes, yes.
So I had no idea, you guys. When I say I had no name for it, but I had the place because I went and put down the deposit.
Yeah.
That's a start. That's all it takes sometimes.
You just got to start. That's why I'm telling y'all this. Because you just got to start. So when I knew I was going to have a conference. I didn't know if it was going to be this year. I didn't know it was going to be next year. But I knew that I wanted to do it in my first 2 years in business. I just knew it. And when I started thinking about the growth conference, I was like, you know what? This is one thing that I'm going to give everybody, partnership, okay? Because you can't do it alone.
Yes, tell them again. Tell them again.
You can't do it alone. Yep. Partnership is so important. You don't always have to be the face of everything.
That's true.
You don't. Like, you don't really have to be, oh, I did this and I did that. Nobody cares. I want to make change. I want to impact so many lives. I need people to help me do that. If someone's good at something, I will contact them. Yeah. If someone is a great speaker, I'm contacting them. Premier Starter is Premier Starter. So Premier Starter was holding the growth conference. I don't care, I did a lot of the work, but then it was for the people. So I want people to know that partnership, okay? Yeah. So I contacted Team Top Figure, shout out to Sal. And
shout out to them.
Yes, shout out to them. And I told them, I was like, hey, this is the first time I'm actually telling the story, so it's crazy. But
you guys heard it here first. You didn't talk.
Exclusive.
So I literally told them, I was like, listen, I really am looking to do this. And they had a similar idea of doing something. And they said, let's just do it together. And we literally, the growth conference was
now I feel hurt. They didn't contact us.
No.
Now I feel
about
hurt.
What?
To do it with them.
Oh yeah.
No, they didn't even have
like
a plan or anything. They were like, oh, we're thinking about it in the next coming.
That's always us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So they were just like, we never really had an I said, well, it's paid for. I put the deposit down. It's already there. So we got the place. It's this day on June 25th. We got to make it work. This was like 3 months before the growth conference. I was like, yeah, so let's plan it. Yeah. In one day, you guys, it wasn't even 24 hours. It was 6 hours of us just sitting in their office. We literally just planned out the whole entire day. From the top to the bottom,
dedication,
to the food, to the everything, to how we're going to do our launch strategy, how we're going to market, what we're going to do, the people we're going to bring. I don't even know how we did it.
Oh, y'all did it.
You guys did it.
Y'all did it.
You guys did it
in one day. And this is what goes to show, and I told them this too. I said, if we plan this in a day, imagine all this that we're planning. And then after that, obviously, we put in more work or whatever. But the amount of things that we can do with so much that we've learned from the growth conference. And people really thought we were planning for a whole year. They said, this is the best conference we've ever been to. I said,
3 months.
Literally, I don't know how. We sold out for our first ever conference. We had such an amazing launch strategy. Shout out to Sal for the work that he does, and then Abdi for being just the best marketer ever. And it was just amazing.
Let me tell you guys, the way that they treated us as guests, or no, not as guests, as presenters. So they brought together amazing lineup when it came to the different topics. Yeah, they put us in a limo. I've never been in a limo. I mean, actually, I think I've been in a limo once for a wedding. But I have never been in a limo, y'all. I was like, wow, I feel so they did a red carpet. They had 50 million cameras. Our boy Tim was there from Eat and Talk. I didn't know which camera to look at, where to see. That was crazy. I felt like I was at a real red carpet event. Yeah. It was just phenomenal.
That makes me so happy.
It was great.
They took us to a VIP dinner
even
after downtown. The news came. How did I forget about that? They had the news come. WCCO flew in. No, that was insane. If y'all missed out this year, y'all really missed out. Let me tell you that.
Next.
And you know what's another thing for me? It was to be for entrepreneurs of color. I didn't care what place you came from. I wanted it to be where it was a safe space for all of us, because what I usually see is events where it's just only a certain selective group of people. Yeah. And that's okay. I go to so many conferences like that, but I wanted the growth conference to be, first off, financial growth company. We are growing out here, okay? But I wanted it to really to bring Minnesota entrepreneurs together. Minnesota is the heart of startups, you guys. And we have so much amazing people out here and individuals who do work. And I'm like, how about we actually bring these people on? We had a tech panel. We had you guys come from Wells Fargo and really talk about financial literacy education. I gave you guys the sauce on how to open up your own business. Yeah. And then there was e-commerce and marketing and branding and doing all of that. Everything. So, and then the people, what got to me the most was the networking.
That was the amazing part of it.
Absolutely.
The most amazing.
Yeah,
I don't think, I think from all the speakers and everything, it was the actual people who showed up to network, because there was so much entrepreneurship.
I was just gonna say, the amount of connections I made and I still have after your gold conference. I mean, for example, we did the sip and tip. And you know, we met through that. Yeah. There was a lot of people.
Shout out to her.
So many people that are starters. Yeah, definitely. Thursdays.
That's their dream.
That's their dream.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. But no, honestly, I met so many people at your growth conference, and we connected, and we still connect till today. And that was like the best networking.
Can't wait for the next one. Oh,
yeah,
man, I can't wait.
I cannot wait. Like, it's just, and it blows me, because this is an idea I had since like high school.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, I kept saying to myself, I wish I could go to like an event where there's people who look like me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to travel outside of Minnesota, which is great. I go to, my mentors' conferences in Atlanta. I go to North Carolina. I'll go to Houston. I'll go to California. But, like, I've never got a chance to be here. And I said, for me to do this, it was just, like, the biggest thing for me. Like, I was so, like, after the growth conference, and I look back and I watch videos, I'm like, wow. Even our name tags was so unique. Like, I still
have mine.
I was like a celebrity. I still have
mine.
it.
Yeah.
I still have it.
It was special, yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Can I tell you guys what happened? Oh my God. Let me tell you about the name tag.
Something went wrong.
It was crazy. I stayed up till 4 a.m. the morning of the growth conference. Did not seem like I was awake all night, right? I was. Because the printer, like the batch printing broke, and I had to sticker every single name. Could you believe that?
Damn.
Like every
Did I
name.
notice
See,
that?
this
I don't
is
think
why
I noticed
Aceyaa
that.
needs a gold medal.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Like,
just...
it was me, my sister, and my husband. Shout out to my husband.
Yeah,
because he
shout
stayed
out
with
to
me
him.
all night.
Yeah.
But like, we literally stickered every single person's name, from the speakers to the people that were on, all the staff, everything. Because the staff had their own name tags, and you guys had your own. The VIP had their own. The general admission had their own. Oh my God, it was hundreds and hundreds.
I love it.
I was like, my fingers hurt at the end.
I didn't notice the name.
You didn't even notice, right? I know, it looks so good. It was good. But y'all know it here. Things happen, but it was okay though.
But we make it work. Exactly, you keep it work. That's amazing. So I feel we need to bring you back.
Yeah, we need
because
to bring
I have like an hour left of questions, honestly. But let's talk a little bit about two things. Let's talk about. Give us a success story of your client. One of your biggest success stories of your clients.
Don't be humble.
Okay. Can I give you
I know you have a lot.
Can I give you guys
Go
two?
ahead.
I'll give you guys two. And I think she's okay with it, to be honest with you, because she also talked on my Instagram. But my client, her name is Essence. She lives in the U.S. Virgin Islands. She's contracted out of there. She's about to make a move now. She started in my credit program, right? She started my credit program. She is currently well above. Like, when I tell you guys, she went up 200 plus points this year. Wow. In 2021. She started her business. She has Solace Travels. She has Airbnb. She has Turos. She's done so much, and she's literally doing, like, in the beginning of the year where Essence was and where she's at currently is not even. I look back, I'm like, how this in a year? But seeing one of my clients, like, just strive. She joined my 6 weeks boot camp. Now I have a membership. The membership is like-minded individuals bringing a community together, and it's like $29.99 a month. And they get like one coaching call with me every single month, but then it's just a group of people combining themselves together from all around, from Australia to like all around. And she's in that too, and she's one of my rising stars, and she is, great. And
shout out to Essence. We're proud of you, girl.
And yeah, it's just been amazing. One of my other clients, she ended up buying a house.
Oh,
and
that's good for her.
There's like a couple. There's buying houses, buying cars.
That's what I'm saying. I know Aceyaa got all these success stories under her belt. Yes.
Clients buying homes, and like just knowing that, them telling you, my life has changed. You changed my child's life.
She changes lives every day, by the way, y'all. I go on her Instagram story, and every day someone's tagging her about how her life changed because of her. Every day I'm like, I need Aceyaa to change my life.
I was telling her off camera that Instagram needs to stop paying her.
Yeah, because she's literally changing lives every single day, you guys.
I like the energy that you bring on life too.
Yeah, so. I really, my lives, I I tell them, you guys are my family. Like, I'm talking to you like you're my sister, my brother, my auntie, my uncle.
Your lives, your
lives.
reels.
We're gonna
I love
tag
your
her
reels.
Instagram for you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then that was just the biggest thing, to be honest. And another thing that really got to me was the Impact Award for Minnesota Starter.
Oh yeah, shout out to Aceyaa because she won this year's Impact Award, and that was
Congratulations
huge.
to you.
That was huge.
That was the biggest thing. But then my mentees actually coming there to surprise me.
I love it.
And then the way that they were talking to the actual investors, because there were so many micro lenders and angel investors there, and the connections that they were making, and I was like,
I'm so proud.
These are
my starters.
I see you guys, because
Right.
you guys were shy.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But my mentees, it's called, they're Yasmin and Urji, but they have Haya. It's U.S. Haya, and they are they're respiratory therapists.
I met them at the Growth Conference.
You did,
yeah.
right? And they're coming out with medical wear. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna really
I
speak
can't
about
wait.
everything.
Yeah.
It's about to come out.
It is. Yeah.
But the work that they did to go get FDA approved, to go and get trademarked, to, just like the foundations of everything, because they are, inshallah, going to be the bit. When I tell you, it's an honor to even coach them.
Yeah.
Is like to see that they're actually making life change. Like when I say this is about to be monumental, it's the first one to ever happen the way that they're doing it. So like, it's just like amazing.
Shout out to women and Black women, y'all,
Shout out to
Muslim
y'all.
women,
Shout out to
every
the
woman
queens.
out
And
there.
another
Shout out
thing
to
is,
us.
Black women are the ones that are actually taking on entrepreneurship at the fastest rate this year.
We love seeing it
it's
as men.
And I love my Black women and my group of girls, because there are so many of them. A lot of Black women in all my programs. So just seeing like them just scale and elevate, it's just been amazing.
That makes me so happy. Gilbert, go ahead and ask the question that we always ask to our people.
So what is like the most advice, like the best advice that you can give someone that wants to start a business or have the dream of starting a business?
Or anything in general? What's the best advice you can give?
I'll give you a couple.
You guys get your pens and paper ready.
Okay. So the first things first is believing, right? If you believe it, like if you can see it, you can believe it. So get yourself away from people who drain you. I think your environment shapes you. Like, it really shapes you. Like, but then I always say, and all of my clients will repeat this, they be like, as they're going to watch this, they'll be repeating it too. Because if it doesn't sustain you and it drains you, it got to go. Yeah. I say that all the time.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't care if it's a family member, a close friend that you used to have for 10 years, anybody, because these people, and the reason why you're fearing to even start is because of the environment that you surround yourself around. So if it doesn't sustain you and it drains you, it gotta go. Amen. And believe it. If you believe it, you could achieve it, right? And that's not even cliche, because you really can. If I told myself last year, oh, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm just gonna sit here, I'm not going to put forth whatever, I wouldn't have 500 plus clients and a ton of different things and win an impact award by doing what I do. So like if I listened to all those people who told me you should stop working so much, I would have been working still.
Yeah.
Keep going, queen. Keep going.
I left my job August 31st of 2021, did not even think I was going to be leaving my full-time job, and now I'm doing full-time entrepreneurship 8 months into my business, and I can't really say much more than that. Those are the things I abide by. Protect your energy, protect your environment, get away from it, protect your mental health, because that's where it essentially starts. So there's no way that business is going to flow if you do not believe and if you do not change your environment. That's all I gotta say.
You gotta add the period.
I know, right? We're gonna be playing this over and over again, just for the advice.
Record this part, y'all.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. There's nothing else I could say, because people tell me, oh, Aceyaa, how do I get to where I need to be? Your mindset. You need to get to your mindset. My first week of my boot camp, they will all tell you, they said, we didn't sign up for this type of thing at first, because your mindset. Your mindset. That's the biggest thing. And people think it's a preach. People preach that. It's not. Read anybody from Warren Buffett to Steve Jobs to all of the multimillionaires. They
Yeah.
will tell you the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm telling you the same exact.
I love
We're
it.
gonna have her back
I
for
love
part
it.
2.
No, we definitely will, because Aceea's just getting started, y'all. Y'all think she's just
Let's grab the
25,
autograph.
and this is the success rate that she is at, you guys, and she is just getting started. We cannot wait to see what 2020,
Yeah.
22 holds
Woo, I'm
for
really
you.
excited.
She has big plans.
Carter,
Thank
you're
you
not
so
gonna say
much.
anything? You're not gonna be like
You got a question for her?
Carter's shy.
Carter.
Y'all,
We're gonna be partners. Give me 5.
give
High
her 5. Yeah. Aceea, I can't even thank you more than enough for being here
Thank you
today.
for bringing
guys
the
for
energy.
having
No,
This has
thank
been
you.
Girl, we're about to have you
What?
a lot more, so get comfortable.
Yeah, get super
we might have a
comfortable.
whole segment called Aceea Premiere on Eden Talk. So
Oh my
We do a
God, there's
Q&A
so much.
next.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, Q&A
Yeah,
definitely
Q&A.
more.
Yeah, we just need.
Cause I got more questions now.
I
to
know,
be
I
right?
honest.
gotta break it down
Yeah.
little by little. You know what I mean? There's so much
Seriously.
going on.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you guys, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna have Aceea sign our Hall of Fame hoodie. We're gonna take pictures, but we're gonna link her Instagram,
Yes.
you know, her website, her logo, everything underneath it. You
Watch
guys
your
know where
lives.
to reach out.
Watch
Yeah.
your lives.
Start today, you guys.
Watch your lives.
And
I always say that. Just start.
just start.
Just
Just
start.
start.
Just-
And you
it's
can
just a
start by
start.
just clicking on her page.
Yeah.
I'm guarantee
You're
gonna
gonna
find
learn
something that's
so
gonna
much.
something either you're gonna learn or you're gonna find something that's gonna motivate you. Because I be going on her page and in 2 seconds I feel motivated. I'm
I
like,
know,
okay,
right?
let me
Especially
get up
the
off my
live.
butt. Like, yeah, I'm like, let me just
I
get
get
up.
the notifications now.
I was like, let me get up. Hold on, let me quit my job today. Like,
I don't tell people to quit their jobs. I
Seriously.
promise. I
listen,
promise.
I want to. So, oh my God, I hope my job never watches this. But anyways, listen, thank you so much, you guys.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, this is the Hall of Fame sweater.
You know,
It's
shout out to my
obvious,
boy
so-
Sling for the idea.
Yeah.
But
See ya.
and we out.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Cardi, you
See
wanna
you
say
next
your name?
episode.
Nope.
Bye.